परो धर्मो यथो भक्तिरधोक्षजे अहैतुकी अप्रतिहता ये आत्मा सुप्रसीदति सवै पुंसां परो धर्मो यथो भक्तिरधोक्षजे अहैतुकी अप्रतिहता हे आत्मा सुप्रसीदति। The supreme occupation dharma for all humanity is that by which men can attain to loving devotional service unto the transcendental Lord. Such devotional service must be unmotivated and uninterrupted to completely satisfy the self. So, what are some of the components of bhakti? So it is paro dharma, first thing. We have many different dharmas, right? We have, what are some of the dharmas we have? Let's say we have to go to job, that is one dharma. We have to take care of family, right? We have to serve our parents, we have to serve our children, we have to serve our country, we have to serve our society. There are so many dharmas. And quite often, sometimes they are at loggerheads also. Whether to go back to India or not. How many children should we have? Stay with in-laws or not? So many dharma conflicts. That is why there is a truth, but there is a higher truth and there is a highest truth. That is why Bhagavatam tells paro dharma. Paro dharma means highest dharma. Sabai pumsam paro dharma. What is that paro dharma? Yatho bhaktir adhokshaje. Do bhakti to adhokshaja. It is the Supreme Lord Krishna. Somebody said intense love for the Lord. That is bhakti. And what is the nature of that? It is ahituki. There is no business here. That I give you $10. I'm expecting $1,000, okay? Or not even thousands. I made a promotion, right? I put $10 tax I've given in the whole day. No. Ahituki. Bhakti, there is no business. It is just out of love. If a parent serves the child, is there a business going on? Is the mother thinking, okay, he'll grow up and going to give me $1 million house? No, right? Is mother given any salary? Morning to night, whole day, when the child is born, especially in the first few years, you have to just throw 24/7, basically. Unpaid, totally. That is love. So force of love is more than any other motivation. Ahituki. There is no business going on. It is sheerly out of love. And apratihata. It cannot be stopped. E atma suprasidati. So what is the effect? Suprasidati. One is completely satisfied by the self. In this world, we have a disease, especially in 20th century. Everybody is feeling empty, lonely, frustrated. That is their pinprick. Everybody is going through that. WHO, World Health Organization, says that this 20th century, the highest disease won't be AIDS, won't be cancer. Although it is predicted that 1/3 of women are going to die out of cancer and 1/4 of men are going to die out of cancer. We can see cancer so much prevalent, right? You'll know so many relatives just dying out of cancer. But WHO says that will not be the highest. Then what will be the highest disease? The epidemic will be of mental stress. And that is symptomized by loneliness, dissatisfied heart, the world's richest person sleeps with a gun. That shows. There is a myth that money will buy happiness in this world. And we are driven by that myth also. But nobody has become happy just by getting thousands of dollars. If that was the case, then the richest person don't have to go through 3 divorces and sleep with a gun and enter the company he bought with a sink. That shows dissatisfaction of the heart. But Bhagavatam promises that it can give us the complete satisfaction, suprasiddhati, if we just practice parodharma. What is that parodharma? Yatho bhakti radhokshache. When you do devotional service, our heart is guaranteed to be completely satisfied. That is why I said that our life will not remain the same. What we are going to discuss in next half an hour. You can go to the next one. So we'll come to that, but before that there are 2 other definitions is given. Anyabhilasita sunyam jnana karmadi anavritam. You can go back to the first line. Yeah. Stay there. Anya avilishata ovilasita sunyam. There is no other avilash. That I don't want anything. Anya avilishata sunyam jnana karmadi anavritam. Anukulyana krishnanu silanam bhaktiruttama. You have to do in a favorable way. And one more thing that is told, sarvopadhi vinirmuktam tat parattena nirmalam rishikena rishikesha shevanam bhakti ruchyate. When we give up all the upadhis, when we born, Gopalji is born, how old is Gopal? 3. And many of us are approaching 50. So when we are born, was there any upadhi? We came with any designation? That you are CEO of this company or you are owner of this house. We didn't even have clothes. What to speak of anything else? Sarvopadhi. And when we go, are we going to carry anything with us? We came with nothing, we'll go with nothing. In between only we claim, this is mine, that is mine. What will go with is bhakti, the eternal devotional service. That is what we are going to carry. So that is why to practice bhakti, Rupa Goswami suggests, you get rid of all the upadhis. Sarvapadhi binirmuktam. It doesn't mean that externally you need to give up, internally you need to give up. It is said even a beggar is proud of his penny. It's not that just by giving up, what will you give up? What belongs to us? Everything belongs to Krishna. Because nothing we are born with, nothing. Okay, so those are some of the things. What is bhakti? I think it is a little bit clear now. So let's go to the next slide. How to practice bhakti? So initially I asked, is it like crying a bhakti? No. So again, how to practice bhakti? We go with praman from the Shastra. There's a little boy, Prahlad Maharaj. He is considered as one of the Mahajans. So he said in Srimad Bhagavatam 7:5-23 and 24, he said how to practice bhakti. He gave 9 processes of devotional service. That's why Srila Prabhupada translated bhakti as devotional service. Just by telling, I love you, I love you, I love you. Let's say a lover proposing, not a lover. I love you, I love you. After some time, you fed up, what you're doing for me? Get me at least, it says they get a diamond, right? Something, engagement. So, do something, Baba. Just telling her, where is the proof that you love me? So similarly, same applies with bhakti also. That's why Srila Prabhupada translated to devotional service. Where is the service? If you love, there should be service. Mother loves child, so much service mother does for the child. A lover loves a beloved, so much service, at least in the initial years. And even after years also, as we do service, the love gets thickened actually. If service reduces, love also reduces. So that is one key. To maintain good relationship, you have to do a lot of service. Right? And ahito ki apratiyata, no business. So, Prahlad Maharaj tells, this is the 9 ways we can practice bhakti. Shri Prahlad Vacha Shravanam Kirtanam Vishnu Smaranam Pada Sevanam Archanam Bandhanam Dasyam Sakhyam Atma Nivedanam Iti Pumsarpito Vishnu Bhaktische Navalakshana Kriyeta Bhagavati Adhya Tanmay Dhitam Uttamam Shri Prahlad Vacha Shravanam Kirtanam Vishnu Smaranam Pada Sevanam Archanam Bandhanam Dasyam Sakhyam Atma Nivedanam Iti Pumsarpita Vishnu Bhaktische Navalakshana Kriyata Bhagavati Adha Tanmay Dhitam Uttamam. So what Prahlad Maharaj is doing? What are the 9 processes? It's like Shravanam. So bhakti start with Shravanam, hearing. How strong our bhakti is determined by our quality of hearing. Both quality and quantity. So at least it should be non-zero. Per day or per week or whatever. And then Kirtanam. So we can do Kirtan together, just what we did. I hope all of you relished that Kirtan. So because, why we relished? Because our heart is satisfied. Enatma suprasiddhati. Because we just practice devotional service. That is Kirtan. It is called Sankirtan. Actually, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said it is called Prem Sankirtan. Doing Kirtan with love. Shravanam Kirtanam Vishnu. So we sing not of Coca-Cola or anything because that will not give, we'll be tired after some time. That's so much tiredness in this world. But if we do about Vishnu, then we are more and more into ecstasy. We relish more and more. Then Smaranam, Pada Sevanam, Archanam means doing worship of the Lord. Bandhanam, offering prayers. We sang some songs, that is prayer. Dasyam, we serve the Lord. Just before I came, Ramesh Prabhuji and his good son and Shyam Prabhu, they were all preparing the house, and then I saw some devotees coming with prasadam. So that is serving. Dasyam, Sakhyam Atma Nivedanam. And we befriend Krishna. And Atma Nivedanam, that we surrender. So these are the 9 different processes of devotional service. Prahlad Maharaj is telling. So Shravanam, just by hearing, that hearing is like an antivirus that works. We all work in computer industry. And nowadays, security is a threat, right? Almost if they can crack your account, then they can steal some money, that's the goal. And probably fund some terrorism somewhere. So, what they do is they put a malware or they do phishing. You click somewhere, immediately look, all your identity is stolen. So to prevent that, what is mandatory for laptop is to install an antivirus, isn't it? So antivirus not only scans for what virus is coming, it also can take out the virus, existing virus it detects and takes out. Similarly, this body is a hardware, right? You can feel it, right? Can you feel your body? And there is a software inside that is subtle, we cannot see that. It consists of mind, intelligence and false ego. We have a mind, and sometimes the mind can make us miserable, right? Many times perhaps. So, as I was telling, WHO, World Health Organization declared the highest epidemic in this time, and we all have to go through it, believe or not, even our children. Highest epidemic will be stress. But when we practice bhakti, when we do shravanam, that acts like a antivirus. It cures the disease of the heart. It's a very mystical process. So just by hearing, we can progress tremendously in our life. So as you are all coming every week and you are hearing, that is a very good process. Believe me or not, it acts very, very mystically. And just like antivirus software, it purifies our existence. It's called Punna Shravanam. Just by hearing itself is a Punna. So Shravanam Kirtanam. So just by hearing, Parikshit Maharaj achieved perfection. And Kirtanam, Shukadev Goswami achieved perfection. Vishnu Smaranam, Prahlad Maharaj. So like that, just by doing Atmanivedanam Bali Maharaj, we all know, Dasyam Hanuman, Sakhyam Arjun, Vandanam Akrura, Archanam Prithu Maharaj. So, what is the main ingredient in bhakti is that laulam, that we want it. That is the price. Rupa Goswami Pad said, laulam eka mullam. We all wanted to come to US, right? And we have achieved it, isn't it? Because we really wanted it. Same with bhakti. If we really want it, we'll get it by Krishna's mercy. So, Krishna tells that those who practice bhakti with uninterrupted attention, to them I carry what they lack. In Bhagavad Gita 9.22, Krishna tells, Ananyas chintayanto mam ye jana parjupasate teisam nittabhiyuktanam yogakshemam vahamyam. Actually, LIC told the last part, yogakshemam vahamyam. They did not mention the first part. Ananyas chintayanto mam, they did not say. So, Ananyas chintayanto mam means those who are undivided attention. Just like sometimes we watch a TV or serial or a video, right? Nowadays this Hamas tunnel, everybody is watching. So undivided attention when you watch something like that, right? Don't disturb me, I'm just watching this nice movie or serial, no disturbance. So similar attention if we give to Krishna, our life will be perfected. Even 50% of that attention what we give for movies, if we can give for Krishna, we'll achieve perfection. So not only that, what Krishna is telling, like that, if somebody remembers me, Ananyas chintanto mam, ye jana parjupasate. Chinta, we do Ananyas chintanto mam. We do, chinta means to think, right? We have most of the chinta about stock market. It's going up and down, how is the value of my stock, right? So when we do chinta for Krishna, then chinta for money will go away. Why? Because it is Krishna's promise. Ananyas chintayanto mam je jana parjupasate tesam nittabhiyuktam mam yogakshemam vahamam. I'll personally carry what they lack. And Lord Shiva is telling Parvati the glories of hearing Bhagavad Gita and glories of Krishna. So Parvati Devi is asking. It's mentioned in Padma Puran. And there, what happened? One Brahmin, he came across this sloka, 9.22. Anannas chintayantamam je jana purjupasate tesham nityabhiyuktamam yogakshamam vahamyam. Krishna is saying, I will personally carry. Krishna will personally carry. No. That is not possible. He will send somebody, or why he will personally carry? So what he does is strikes off that sloka. It doesn't seem right actually. Maybe there is something wrong. Wrongly I am reading probably. So he strikes that off. No, he cannot carry. So this Brahman, he every day goes for begging. So after a few days what happened? He begs whole day. And nobody is giving him any alms. And he is striking. That day seems to be like a really bad day. Every door he knocks, they have some excuse not to give him. So he feels really, then in that process he goes door after door and next village after next village. And there is a knock at this Brahmin's house. And the wife of the Brahmin, she opens the door. And he sees that one small boy, like, he maybe perhaps a little older. So he is carrying a heavy basket on his back. And this boy is very beautiful. And he puts that basket down. And this Brahmin lady asks his wife, who are you? This so beautiful, sweet boy, and what are you carrying? He said, I am a disciple of your husband, and I am carrying some alms for your husband. But the Brahmin, wife of the Brahmin notices that there's a red kind of spots on his body at the back, red marks at the lines, red lines, some injury. He says, what happened? Who has done this to you? The innocent little child? What is there at the back? Who has done this injury to you? He said that actually I said something. Your husband did not agree, so he beat me up. So that's why those marks. Really? Please come. Please have some. I'll cook for you. You're such a sweet boy. You got so many things. So the Brahmin goes for cooking, and she's thinking, when did my husband become like this? I never knew he became like this. He's wondering, really? And she's in a furious mode. I have to correct. Wives usually they correct the husbands. So she's thinking, I have to. The moment I have to take it on him. So after long time, the husband knocks at different doors. This Brahmin comes back, and immediately the wife is coming with a rolling pin. The roll atta. Madam, you become so furious. You beat up this boy just because they don't agree with you. You've got so much injury, and they're getting food on your behalf. Really, husband? No, nothing like that happened. Then the wife comes. No, come, let's see that boy is sitting here. I'm cooking for him. And the wife finds mysteriously the boy disappeared. And the husband takes prasadam. Oh, he has gone. Husband takes prasadam. The account remains unsettled. So before prasadam, there is a custom in many ashrams in India and even in many places. They used to read one chapter of Bhagavad Gita before taking lunch. Have you ever seen that? No. I've seen some of the ashrams, they do that. Before taking Bhagavad Gita, they recite the whole one chapter. It's a very good practice. So, husband, his book, the page mark was on that 9.22. Anannas chintayantamam jai jana purjupasate tesham nityabhiyuktamam yogakshamam vahamam was cut. And he saw that it has disappeared. It is not there anymore. And then he understood. And that this boy was nobody but Krishna himself. And he's thinking that how unfortunate I am. Because of my doubt, I did not get his darshan, and he's overwhelmed with affection for Krishna. So this is the reciprocation of Krishna for those who practice bhakti. Worth doing it? Okay. So these are the 9 processes to practice bhakti. You can go to the next slide. And that is Krishna's reciprocation for those who practice bhakti. Krishna personally get involved in our life. Personally. You can experience it. Krishna personally gets involved. Because bhakti is heart of Krishna. It is love for Krishna. Krishna personally has a foot into the game. So there are 64 limbs of practicing bhakti, 9 different ways. Out of that, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu gave prime 5 items. Very first is sadhu sangha. Very first. And the very, very important item. Sadhu sangha. How does somebody gets into a drinking or smoking? Usually in college time, right?
Peer pressure.
Peer pressure, right, isn't it? They have to drink and then sit with 5 boys near cafeteria who smokes, and then you start the first puff. Same with drinking. Same with bhakti. Sadhu sangha. Who are sadhus? Who love Krishna. Who love bhakti. If you sit with a sadhu, what will happen? He will discuss Krishna only. Because he is addicted to that. Satam prasangan mama beriya samvita bhavayana hitkarna rasayana katha tajjoshanada swapabardha vartmani shraddha ratir bhaktiranukramishati. 3 things increases: Shraddha, Rati and Bhakti. Okay, the second is Nama Seva. So please continue this wonderful sadhu sangha that you have. All of you make it a point, take your time out to hear about Krishna. Then is Nama Seva. Out of the 5, that is the most important. What is Nama Seva? It's called Seva. So when we take the name, the holy name of the Lord, so then that is also called Seva. That is also serving Krishna. That is the most important item. So please make it a point. New Year is just knocking the door. This can be one very good resolution in our life, to chant and to do sadhu sangha. So every day we can chant. In our hand, even if you don't have bead, you can get beads. Otherwise in hand you can chant. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. If you do that, your life will not remain the same. You will be astonished by the miracle and the mercy that flows into our life. So please, I beg you, please do this. Starting as soon as possible, it can be a New Year resolution to chant at least 10 times. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. It will not take more than 2 to 3 minutes. Then is Bhagavat Seva. So we read about Bhagavad Gita, Srimad Bhagavatam. We also serve devotees. Devotees are walking Bhagavatam. And Vigraha Seva. We have wonderful deities here. Jagannath, Baladev, Subhadra, Gopalji. You can have deities or you can have a photo of Krishna and you can offer the food. Vigraha Seva. And then Dhamevas. That we go to temple or we make our house a temple. So these are the 5 primary items. You can go to the next one. So bhakti, although we practice all this, bhakti is not a material thing to be achieved. It only can be gifted. We just show our sincerity and we beg for bhakti. So what are the effects of bhakti? So Rupa Goswami Pad is a great saint. he describes these 6 effects of bhakti. Kleshagni, immediate relief from material distress. This is the first thing that happens when one practices bhakti. So, it removes the suffering. Then Subhada, auspiciousness starts in our life. Auspicious things. Cheto darpana marjanam. So, Bhava Mahadavagni Nirvapanam. In our heart is also Mahadavagni, forest fire, due to our different desires that gets extinguished. Then there is Moksha Laguta Krit, Sudurlabha. Highest thing is Krishna Prem. We can go to the next line. So in Bhagavad Gita, just we have Gita Jayanti. What is the where all bhakti is mentioned? The Bhagavad Gita is like a sandwich. There's what happens in a sandwich or a burger? There's one loaf at the top, another loaf at the bottom, but the interesting part is in the middle, right? Would anybody be interested just with 2 loaves without any middle sauce and all? No. Bhagavad Gita is divided into 3 parts. First 6 chapters are Karma Yoga. Last 6 chapters are Jnana Yoga. Carefully protected in between is Bhakti Yoga. Middle 6 chapters. So Krishna is telling Krishna's opinion in chapter 6, verse number 47. Yoginam api sarvesam madgaten antar atmana shraddhavan bhajate yo mam samyukta tamo mataha. Out of all yogis, yoginam api sarvesam. He is the sarvashrashta, he is the shrashta, sarvesham, who madgaten antaratmana, who is always lost in me. Shraddhavan bhajate yomam, who is worshipping me with shraddha. Samyukta tamo mataha. I am also lost in them. One time, Narad Muni, there was a conversation between Narad and Hanuman. So, and Lord Ram. So Lord Ram is telling, Narad Muni always sings about the Lord. Hanuman is doing so much service of the Lord. And they both notice Lord Ram has a diary. A small diary he has kept. And they ask, what is that diary? What is written there inside? They both get very curious. And Lord Ram tells that, this diary is there for who always remembers me. That is the name I have written. Whoever remembers me, I note in a diary. Krishna never forgets. That's why Lord Ram, monkeys helped, right? Vanaras helped Lord Ram. So when he came as Krishna, he was feeding butter to the monkeys. Because he remembers. Even if we put one nail in a temple, Krishna remembers that. And that goes with us. Because Krishna is very, very grateful personality. So Lord Ram is telling that this is the diary I maintain for the person who remembers me constantly. And first name is Narad Muni. But they scan. Narad Muni says, Hanuman, your name is not there in this. Why is that so? Okay, whatever Lord Ram's wish. Because Hanuman perfected in Dasya Bhav, right? He did so much seva for the Lord. And he's constantly, then they become curious. After a few days, they discover Lord Rama has another diary, which is much smaller actually. They ask, what is there in this diary? This diary has the names whom I always remember. Thank you so much. Whom I always remember. Really? And their first name is Hanuman. And why will the Lord remember? Because pleased with devotional service. Bhakti Siddhanta Maharaj said that don't try to see Krishna. Don't try to see Krishna. But act in such a way that Krishna wants to see you. So when we are going in temple, we are standing in front of Krishna. Not only we are seeing Krishna, but Krishna is also seeing us, right? And his look is inside. He sees our heart and everything. Will he be happy to see me? That is the question we should ask. What have I done for him? Have I done any seva? So, because Hanuman did so much seva, Lord Ram is so pleased that he remembers Hanuman constantly. So yoginam api sarvesam madgatim nantaratma shraddhavan bhajate yomam samayuktatma mata. That is Krishna's opinion. Second thing is, bhakti is very rare. Although it is very easy, at the same time it may be so easy that we may miss it also. It is the rare. Where Krishna tells in Bhagavad Gita 7.3, Manushyanam sahasreshu kaschid yatati siddhaye yatatam api siddhanam kaschin mam vetti tattvataha. Out of thousands of people, Manushyanam sahasreshu is very easy Sanskrit. Everybody can understand. There is no complications here. Manushyanam sahasreshu kaschid yatati siddhaye. Out of thousands of people, hardly one does bhakti of me. And bhakti is very easy. Krishna tells in Bhagavad Gita 9.2, Raja Vidya, king of all knowledge, Raja Guiham, supreme secret, Pavitram idamuttamam prataksha bhagavam dharmam shushukham is practiced with happiness. Kartum appayam. So if you want to be happy in life, my dear friends, please practice bhakti. And you can see how much happy you can become. And bhakti gives benediction. Krishna tells in 9.22, we just discussed. Ananyas chintayanto mam ye jana pariyupasate tesham nittaviyuktanam yogakshemam bahamyaham. And bhakti is the only way to attain Krishna. Because only by love. By definition, the Lord is supreme. We cannot conquer by our mental speculation, by any of our capabilities. It is only by bhakti. Where does Krishna say that? 11.54. Bhakta tu ananna sakka aham evam vidurjuna gyattum drishtum cha tatvena praveshtum cha parantapa. Next slide. Losing bhakti. Is it possible to lose bhakti? Yes. With lot of endeavor, after millions and billions of lives, we get a human birth. One sannyasi was telling how rare human birth is. He was telling, there is a sea turtle. You know sea turtle? His Holiness Devabnit Swami Maharaj was telling this. Sea turtle, one specialty is that they take deep breath and then they go down at the bottom of the ocean. And there they can stay for few weeks. Yes. And after that they come out, take some, breathe fresh air, again they go down. Imagine there is a sea turtle like that, and there is a wooden plank floating. And it has a hole which is just exactly same size that the sea turtle can put his head up. What is the possibility? We have many, all mathematicians here, all engineers. What is the possibility that this sea turtle coming and this plank is floating from nowhere, it will put his head up? What is the possibility? Almost zero. That is how rare human birth is. That is how rare. So let us take it very seriously. Human birth is very rare. It is not to be wasted for futile, useless things. Just like a laptop. It is used for high-speed computing, right? I can also use it as a door stopper. Is that the best use of it? Same with human birth. So, ahara nidra bhayam maithunam cha. So it tells that 4 things are common between human and animals. Ahara, eating, they eat, we eat. Maybe we eat in a table. Pleasure is the same. Ahara nidra, sleeping. We can sleep in water bed. A dog can peacefully sleep wherever he is. Bhaya, fear. Both are fear. Maithuna. So that is common. But dharma hi eka adhika vishesha. Dogs cannot discuss Krishna Katha like this. Dharma hi eka adhika vishesha. Dharma bihina pasuri samana. It's as good as animal. Only difference is two-legged, polished, coated, suited animal. That's all. Dharma bihina, that is the opinion of the scripture. So let us take it very seriously. We can lose bhakti by carelessness. Something very valuable, like when we achieve easily, when we get it, familiarity with content, right? When you're too familiar, we don't take it very seriously. Right? So we can be careless and we can actually lose bhakti. So that is why one said, he said that we should think that every day we should think like we are a new person. We are coming to know, explore the horizon of bhakti. With that seriousness, we should practice. We should not think, okay, I know everything, I know. So then we'll take it very casually. An offense, if we become critical about devotees, especially about devotees, then we will definitely lose bhakti. So let us be very careful not to offend any devotees. It's called aparadh. Because bhakti, Radharani she is the supreme giver of bhakti. It's called aparadha. Offense in Sanskrit is called aparadha. That takes away from Radha. Whatever bhakti we have in our heart is actually a particle of Radharani, mercy given by her. Because Krishna loves devotees. If you, let's say, love, you're talking very good about the father, but you beat up his child, will the father be happy? It is more hurting for the father actually to beat up the child. So Krishna minds more if you hurt his devotees. Very, very important point. Similarly, Krishna said that that person is my devotee who is not my devotee but who is the devotee of my devotee. So if we serve a sadhu, a devotee, that pleases Krishna. That is the easiest way to get Krishna. Krishna gets purchased by that. So next. So that was little bit of my presentation, and I don't have any knowledge, neither any realization. Anything that you liked what I spoke is all taken from previous acharyas, my Guru Maharaj and all the sadhus. Anything good or inspiring that I spoke, it belongs to them. Anything wrong is mine, and I ask forgiveness for that. So, any questions, comments, corrections, protests? Please feel free.
You can raise your hand if you have some questions. We'll take maybe 3 or 4 questions in the interest of time.
Here.
So once we are into bhakti, how is it that we lose bhakti?
Very good question. So Krishna actually tells in Bhagavad Gita, Neha vikramana saste prattabhaya navidyate salpam apiyasya dharmasya trayate mahato bhayat. What it means is that whatever little devotional service we do, even if we do a jharu, so if you chant, salpam apyasya, even if you do little, trayate mahatabhati, it has the potency to save us from the greatest danger. What is the greatest danger? Death. We're just dying life after life after life. This thing we have to just go through. So trayata mahato bhayat, this can save us from this greatest calamity. So what will go with us if we practice 2% bhakti? Next life we are going to start with 2%. So in that aspect, we never lose it. It is to our eternal credit. But just like a freeway when we go, suddenly there's an advertisement. Go to this restaurant and there is a nice drink getting served. Enjoy. So what happened? We can take a detour and we can relax for some time. So similarly, when we do offense, what happens is the bhakti gets paused. We will resume, but it's a long deviation. So why to waste so many number of years? So what happens? Externally everything remains same. See, changing external dress is very easy. Anybody can put a tilak, dhoti. It's available. Maybe $50 you can get this. India more cheaper. You can get tilak. External is very easy. So when we do offense, external may remain same, but our interest, our taste is snapped. We will not have taste to hear. We will not have appreciation for the holy name of the Lord. So that is how bhakti gets temporarily stopped. There was a Lord Chaitanya's pastime. There was a person whose name was Devananda Pandit. So every day he would give Bhagavatam class, not just anything, just Bhagavatam. And there was a great devotee called Shivash Thakur who sat in his class. But Shivash Thakur, because he spoke one verse and he was totally in ecstasy. But because Devananda Pandit never practiced bhakti as such. See, bhakti is not theoretical. It is not information. It is the transformation of the heart. It's not a USB drive that I know 1000 slokas. One time one person met Srila Prabhupada. He said, Srila Prabhupada, Krishna told Bhagavad Gita to Arjun in just 40 minutes. I can recite Bhagavad Gita in 45 minutes, this person tells Prabhupada. Prabhupada tells, but can you leave Bhagavad Gita at least for 5 minutes? That is bhakti. Bhakti is not about information, it is about transformation. So when we do aparad, then what happens? The taste goes away. And that is how it's a pause for us for bhakti. So how to get bhakti? Exactly the opposite. Srimad Bhagavatam tells, Sushusha Shraddha Dhanasya Vasudeva Katharuchi Shanmayat Sevaya Vipra Punnatirtha Nisevana. How to get the taste? It is the rarest taste. But once you get the taste, you will be so satisfied Enatma Suprasidati that you don't need anything in life. Because we are all running after money like dhan, dhan. But bhakti can give you prem dhan, which can totally satisfy the heart. So Shushusha Shraddha Dhanasya Vasudeva Katharichi, how to get the ruchi, how to get the taste for the holy name, for the hearing, to serve devotees. In our temple one time, Visheshik Maharaj was telling, it is not about time, it is about taste. If you have taste for something, we will make time for it. Is it not? If somebody tells, come tomorrow 4:30, I will give you $5,000. Shall we go or not?
Oh yes. Oh yeah.
We'll be there at 4.
Okay, we'll go at 4. Not before. But if somebody tells 4:30 Mangalati happens, come. Maybe tomorrow. Thank you, maybe tomorrow. So it is not about time, it is about taste. How to get the taste? Shushusha Shraddha Dhanasya Vasudeva Katharachi. Sanmayat Seva Vipra Punna Tirthani Sevanana. When we serve devotees who are dear to Krishna, then we get Katharuchi. Narad Muni is very famous. He's a transcendental spaceman. With his Bina, he is chanting Radhika Ramana Name. He is chanting Radha and Krishna's name. Nobody can stop. Even Kamsa could not stop him. You know, Kamsa, he has that Chandrahas sword. Who gave Chandrahas sword to Ravan? Sorry, Ravan. Who gave Chandrahas sword to Ravan? Lord Shiva gave. So when Narad Muni came, Ravan tried to control. Now this controllership mentality is a demoniac mentality. So Ravan tried to control. You chant my name, otherwise I'll kill you. He was chanting Radhika Raman now, Radha and Krishna. Took Chandrahas. It went through the Narad Muni's body. Nothing happened. Then Ravan said, "Arey, this is what I wanted. I asked Brahma. He did not give me." And he has it. So, but how did Narada Muni become so powerful? As a child, like Shrinu, when the sadhus would come, Shriyan, sorry. As a child like Shriyan or him, when the sadhus would visit, his mother would do a simple job. Invite the sadhus. When they would visit, then with their permission, he would take remnants and he would serve them. And by their blessings, he achieved this taste, this laulam, this hankering for bhakti, for Krishna's holy name. That Krishna gave him darshan and blessed. Next life will be totally transcendental. So, this is how to get Katharuchi. So it says in Chaitanya Chaitamrita, I don't want to give another class, I'll stop. Bhakta pada dhuliyar, bhakta pada jal, bhakta bhukta abhasesha teen mahamal. There are three very, very powerful, potent things. So if you're really serious about bhakti, these three things you should do. Bhakta pada dhuli, dust of the devotees. Bhakta pada jal, the water that washes the devotees. Bhakta bhukta abhasesha, the remnants of the devotees. That is what Narad Muni took and he became Narad Muni. That is how to get bhakti. And exactly opposite is how to lose bhakti. Is when we do offense to a devotee. So bhakti can come through a devotee, bhakti can go by offending devotees. Go in the sense like pause. Many years we may lose the taste. Externally everything remains same. There is no more taste for hearing. That's how it snaps. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. I don't have the list. You have the list.
We'll have another short kirtan.
It's 8.
So just Hare Krishna. Then Rashmi.
Before we go, I know I was really appreciating so many beautiful points actually. I mean, unless somebody, the conviction with which Shyam Rupa Prabhu was speaking, that once you get bhakti, you don't need anything else. So I could see in his eyes, it's something, it's not a theoretical understanding that he has. We can all appreciate the conviction he was speaking. So we should all be grateful and try to practice. As Prabhuji was mentioning, New Year is knocking in our lives, so maybe we can take this as an inspiration to somehow introduce few new elements into our life. And it's a long journey. but it can begin somewhere, and this is a great opportunity, and let us express our gratitude to Shyam Rupa Prabhu by loudly chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra once. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.